Hello. Happy hump day, everyone. It's a couple days before the full moon, but we're going to go ahead and start to dive into the energy. Are you feeling it? I'm starting to feel it, and it feels really, really good. I have no placements in Virgo, but man, do I love some Virgos. I love Virgo energy. It's just one of my favorites. Very grounding for me, and I don't know if I want to say too much about what I have been, the energy that I've been reading, because it doesn't feel necessarily like it's collective, but I'm sure that it is. I'm sure that there's a stream of information that will reveal that within our session. So I'm going to do what I usually do at the end, at the beginning, which is, if you appreciate these videos and you receive from them, please consider liking, subscribe, share, help increase the algorithm so that more people get to receive these messages. And calling in a transmission for the highest truth with great clarity and wisdom to understand how to best utilize this energy of this lunar cycle, helping us to establish the routines and the direction in which to move our energy so we may align with our highest destiny. With great thanks, so be it. Yeah, I've had such a great day, just a tremendously wonderful day, and it makes it easier when the weather is as it has been here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's been extraordinary, really beautiful, and I do feel inclined to say the thing that I have been seeing is actually seeing the new earth structures in place, people behind them, not just them being birthed, but people who had received the message a while ago, who have actually been behind the scenes, who are part of the tribe. And now as our energies they've been going through this purification, as we're becoming more clear, we are able to align ourselves with the people and the vibrations that are within the network that we that our core vibration matches with, which is love, right? So feels really good to see that manifest, to see that that promise, that confirmation that it's already here. It's already here. And people and places and things that you're looking for, many are fast at work to bring that out for the collective to have access to. The first card that just fell out, Jaguar. And Jaguar medicine for me implies facing fears. It implies what happens when we go beyond our fears, what happens when we go beyond death. And another card fell. I'm going to drop it here at the bottom. Also have solar plexus chakra. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Let's read on the Mayan Jaguar card for any additional information. This is our theme of this reading, of this lunation. One of the most important animals of the ancient Mexicans was the jaguar, a nocturnal hunter and excellent swimmer. The jaguar symbolizes the night and the underworld and is associated with water. Usually spotted, but sometimes black, the jaguar is a symbol of power, and many deities sit atop a jaguar throne. While the eagle is considered masculine energy, the jaguar represents feminine energy. Jaguar brings you the power and understanding of the underworld, amplifying your intuition. You are invited to embrace your feminine side and magic of the cosmos. The jaguar brings the energy of personal empowerment through divination and ritual. If you are a woman, this power is amplified. Above all, jaguar opens the door to transformation, assuring you that you can safely walk through the dark underworld. This has also been a energetic theme that seems to be rising with this full moon is the underworld. And with this sitting at the top as the theme of the reading and looking at some of these other cards, we've been getting the messages that it's go time for a while now. And it has been getting louder and stronger within the last several months to prepare us for what is coming. Do I know what's coming? No. Do I have some ideas? Sure. And if you listen to your intuition, that's all that matters, because it's going to tell you exactly what to do, when to do it, where to go, who to talk to, who not to talk to. This feels, Virgo is very intuitive too. Well, Virgo's an earth sign, and the more that we are in touch with the earth and connected with the earth, connected with nature as nature and not separate from it, then we are receiving all of the informational impulses that happen prior to when most humans are aware that something is occurring. So for instance, whenever there is bad weather, usually birds and animals will move, they'll migrate, they'll do something. They receive it first because they're in connection with the earth. They're not separated by the ego. It follows with speaking to, you already are doing it. This light oracle deck that says, stop overthinking, keep facing true north. Again, this intuitive force. Are you listening? Are you obedient to your soul? Are you obedient to what spirit is asking of you? And let's hear from this card itself. You're already doing it. Yeah, I see many people who just really don't give themselves enough credit. And there are times where this is true for me too, of not seeing how powerful I am, not seeing how I already am being used in sacred and profound ways. And I can see this in people around me who are, incredibly gifted and incredibly powerful people with a lot of skill, and just their presence alone has such a dramatic impact, but do not give themselves credit for it, do not own their power. So the question that is starting to come through in this is, where are you not giving yourself your right power? Where are you not giving yourself credit for who you are, what you have already accomplished, and what you are doing now? I'm having trouble locating this card in the deck. Here it is. Do not question things so much. You are on the right track. You are facing the right way. Stop overthinking it. It's happening, and you are closer than you think. You are exactly where you need to be, and things are moving at the perfect speed. Do not rush it. Now is not the time to be impatient. Now is the time to walk steady. There is no rush. What you are building is being built. What you have planted soon will blossom. With every new day, a new brick is being laid. You have come a long way. The foundations are steady. Now all that is needed is for you to trust and keep walking forward. If a thought that things should be moving faster enters your head, that is just your ego comparing your rise to someone else. Comparison is not your friend. Stay in your lane, water your own garden, knowing that your time to bloom will come soon. You are already doing it. Keep going. Keep going, beloveds. Don't be so hard on yourself. If anything, be very generous with yourself. Speak to yourself in the way that as a child that you wanted to be spoken to when you created something that you thought was magnificent and extraordinary. Speak to yourself like that. See the exquisite potential and beauty of what you have already done. And just keep moving in the same fashion. Keep stepping out in faith. Keep taking those little steps and maybe even big steps. Because you've been preparing for this. You've already done so much of the work. Now is the point of not integration, but it's receiving all of the gifts that have been there all along, just waiting for you to acknowledge them. It is safe for you to be powerful and to take charge of your life in positive ways. Solar plexus activations happening right now, preparing for the spring equinox. I would not be surprised if you're noticing things shifting in your gut. The gut getting more organized, and having opportunities to lead certain certain events, maybe to lead the way in some form. Sorry, my dog is after something out there. She's very loud. The alligator card here is hidden enemies and survival. So it goes on to say alligators are not to be trifled with. They wait just underneath the placid surface until their prey gets close enough to the water's edge, at which point they jump out, snap down their bone-crushing jaws, and drag their meal underwater to drown it. The watery predator moves with surprising speed and precision, too quickly for the animal to react or recoil. And if you've pulled this card, you too have a hidden enemy lurking in your environment. Ooh, interesting. Now is the time to tap into your intuition. If something or somebody makes you feel weary, it's for a reason. Not everyone is who they seem, and it's possible that someone is waiting for that moment to strike when your defenses are low. This isn't meant to encourage paranoia, but to serve as a reminder that your gut instinct is the right one. If you don't trust someone, keep your distance. Alternatively, it's possible that you are in survival mode thanks to past experiences that have left you feeling mistrustful. Take some time to discern which energy is present now, keeping in mind that it may be a little of both. When we are in survival mode, our nervous system is out of whack. The frontal lobe of our brain, which controls our judgment and the ability to see the bigger picture, isn't functioning as it should. This can also manifest as root chakra issues. The root chakra is the lowest energy center, and it deals with concerns about safety. Take the time to ground yourself and really listen to your body. What makes you feel safe in your body and the surrounding environment? Give yourself those things today. I sense that. Oh, that's crazy. So on the top of our reading, we had the jaguar, right? Well, on the bottom of our reading, we have the eagle, and it's reversed. So you have the feminine polarity reigning right now. Intuition is reigning right now, and there's something we're really supposed to be learning from this. And I imagine that if you choose to fall into the old ways of self-doubt and fear and letting your emotions lead your life instead of your intuition, that you may end up in this situation where you get in bed with the enemy, where you may misread information or misguide yourself. And it feels like the opportunity is a mirror if you're able to continue to step out in faith and take those leaps of faith, that you will find that your intuition is going to, it will prove to you in confidence that it's able to see beyond and know beyond the five senses, that you will avert danger. You will avert these situations and people that could ensnare you. And the eagle being the guide of the upper worlds. It is a guide that when we rise high enough, we're able to go above the obstacles. We go above the trees, we go above the mountains. So with the eagle here, it's not quite manifest yet. It maybe is what we are developing through this part of the process. Soaring through the sky, the mighty eagle was a symbol of the sun. The eagle represents the masculine energy of the cosmos, just as the jaguar represents the feminine energy. According to the legend, the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan was founded at the place where an eagle feasted on a snake while perched upon a nopal cactus. When you draw the eagle, imagine that you're in flight high above the earth and that you can see the entire landscape of your life. Just like the eagle soaring, this is the moment to stop and ask yourself what your heart truly wants. Eagle brings you vision, courage, and strength to accomplish your goals. Whether in inner or outer battle, eagle guides you to follow the path that will lead you to the illumination or realization as a human being. So fascinating. What more do we have here? Integrity. The seer. Gratitude. And this is make it or break it. You're being made, though. That's what's happening. Is this is a time where you are being made. You are embodying qualities that you have been in a early developmental stage, maybe for years, but now they're reaching a maturity. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. The way forward is through the lens of gratitude. And in particular, if you find yourself in this sticky situation, finding out that somebody was not who they said they were, or encountering an enemy, or even a detrimental situation, something that's scary, your shadow. Coming back to gratitude, letting gratitude be your saving grace, and understanding that this is all a part of your process, and to remind you to stop and listen, to stop and honor your intuition. What does your intuition tell you? Are you honoring it? Are you listening? Are you overriding? Are you distracting? In this leg of the journey, as we mature, we have to drop out of some of the adolescent ways of I'll do it tomorrow, or it doesn't matter because it's not my career, or that way of thinking, of thinking that we have just this whole life ahead of us. But really, the taking responsibility and ownership for the energy that you have in every moment and every day, and the blessing of that, the sacredness of that, and wielding it with an integrity, wielding it as Source has intended you to use your energy. Are you using your energy in a way that honors your life path and honors spirit? The seer represents the capacity to reach beyond the obvious details of life into the hidden realms where information is available to those with the discernment to perceive it. This symbol represents psychic perception, intuition, and the capacity to know something without prior exposure. The seer knows truth, always seeks truth beyond all else, and sees reality as it truly is without judgment. The seer can read between the lines and understand what is not being said. He represents the power of clarity and being able to recognize patterns. Excuse me. The seer invites you to trust your intuition and follow it as it leads you forward. You may feel lost when it appears that your hunch is taking you in circles or even through a maze, but the hidden realms don't follow the rules of a two-dimensional map. Trust your gut and allow your perception of your circumstances to widen to include the nuances and subtle cues that you normally miss if you take things at face value. The seer has gifted you with this magic. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your vision is clear. The seer has arrived now to challenge you to get out of denial about anything you've been telling yourself, the truth about your situation. Wishful thinking will not make what you desire happen when you're refusing to see things as they are. The truth may hurt, but it will set you free to claim the bounty that is waiting for you to notice it. This is a moment of true power. The seer offers you his medicine. And when you are ready, surrender your vision to spirit and ask to be shown the truth, no matter the price. Once you do so, your eyes will open and you will receive a powerful gift. Align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. Yeesh, guys. Sounds like some of you have been holding on to some things that it's time to really see it as it is. Let it go. Let it be transformed. Trust spirit enough that if you let go, what is meant to be will come back. And that if it doesn't, it's because it's of the greatest good for everyone involved. It's time to take that leap. And let's hear what Ajna Durga has to offer. Dreams are being made right now. This is the time where we are starting to live in the new earth frequency. We are beginning to come into resonance with the heart of the universe, the heart of this earth. You need never lose faith in the power of good. You need never lose faith in how much you can accomplish as an independent and inspired individual in this world. You need never believe that you are all alone or without divine protection. You need never fear evil. The third eye of Divine Mother sees all things, is ever watchful and ever just. She bursts through holy vision, the manifest power of good in all realms. Her gaze is upon you now. Trust her. Believe in the power of the divine to keep an eye on things for you. Trust that the power to alert you when you need to know something or to understand what is happening in your life and what you need, if you aren't so sure of that yourself at times. Actively contest negativity. When you feel something isn't coming from love, acknowledge it immediately. You don't have to make it about you or analyze it. Use your divine connection to deal with it promptly and effectively. Call for divine support in all things. Never hesitate to call for that support. Durga comes into view when you have been fighting negative energies at some level, whether obviously in the world or more deeply within your soul. If you do not acknowledge this, you may fall prey to unnecessary confusion and self-doubt, believing that the issue can be dealt with as a solely psychological matter. Instead, it is a spiritual issue that requires the divine intervention and protection now offered to you. It is helpful to remember the evil is not about people, but about the forces that operate through them with ill intent. Durga is an inextinguishable light, and she is rising within you now. Her presence reminds you of the light that is divine and true, and therefore cannot ever be subject to any lesser powers such as hate, fear, jealousy, spite, or greed. No matter how intimidating an opponent or situation may seem, they are no match for the sacred rage of the divine goddess of light and justice. She vanquishes the evil that haunts their souls and perpetuates distress. Wow. Fascinating reading. Bringing this all together to capture this. The main message around this moon is to really honor the intuition and to highlight your intuition. When is it speaking to you? Are you prepared to listen and to follow through no matter what the request is? Look at any of the places you're being challenged into your authority, the places that make you feel small and make you feel weak. Those are your challenges to step up and to accept your rightful place, your rightful sovereignty in any one of those situations. And to be mindful that if you choose to continue to do things that the way you've always done them, if that includes not listening to your intuition and putting those things off, it's likely that you're going to have a rough encounter and that you may encounter a part of yourself and something in the external world that represents that part of yourself that is the monster under the sheets, or the person that betrays you, or the person that talks about you behind your back. It's all a reflection. And if you don't start giving yourself more credit for everything that you have already done and that you are doing, and really loving and appreciating the part of you that's been very disciplined and has been cultivating this deep inner wisdom, identifying more and more with that part of yourself, honoring that part of yourself, which is your intuition, that you can continue to rise above it all, because that's what's happening with the energy. We're hitting these bumps of or rather surges of energy that are kicking things up and out of our systems, out of our psyche, out of the collective, out of the solar system. And we're rising above the ashes like the phoenix. We're rising above the, there's, how can I say this? A shadow is only cast when it's standing in front of the sun. So if you rise high enough, then there is no shadow. When you are the point of light, there is no shadow for there to be cast. So this is about continuing to focus on your union with the divine and keeping your actions aligned with really who you are at your core. Letting the things drop out that need to go and trusting that the information that you're getting, don't question yourself to death about it. You have to learn at some point to accept and to trust the intuition that's coming to you. And just because you don't want it to be true isn't a good enough reason anymore to avoid it and ignore it. It will bite you in the butt. So take this powerful opportunity to manifest things that are going to bring you more towards the world that we want to create and not take you down the back alley and around the corner on a detour. This is an embodied time to be able to practice what you preach and what you say that you won't. It only happens when you become it. So I welcome you to take the steps or keep taking the steps. And I thank you for your willingness to do that, for the courage and the boldness required to continue to step forward in faith. It makes a big difference in the world. So all of my love and gratitude. Thank you for being here and giving great thanks to clear transmissions from the divine. Keep it pure and stay simple, everyone. Until we meet again. Pura vida.